Hi, Chelsea. So Chelsea's gonna tell us how she was targeted onto a fake mid station sun salutation in what year?
I think it was about 2022, 2023. Yeah, around there.
2022, 2023. Okay.
Yeah. So basically, what I was gonna do, because these books were so expensive, they said that they practice telepathy. The telepathy is really the voice to skull. They're like, hey, a
Telepathy
lot of
is the void to skull. Yeah.
yeah, it's voice to skull. They say it's telepathy, it's voice to skull technology. But basically what they wanted me to do was be the president of this company. And I didn't know anything about targeted individuals. I didn't know anything about gang stalking. I just knew what I was feeling in my heart was wrong. I'm like, hey, I feel like I'm being raped. I feel like I'm being stalked by you ugly old creeps. You guys are touching me. You guys won't turn the sound off. I don't really
What
know
do you
what it
mean they
is.
turn off the sound off?
They haven't turned my V2K off. So I didn't know what it was. I just was like, hey, what is this? I felt like I was getting like a bad spiritual attack. I didn't realize that this was a whole gang stalking program ran on the black market. This is how they remotely sex traffic people. I didn't know any of that. But they're like, you're going to be the president. You're going to be the president. And also in that community, a lot of people win the lottery. Like they say that they're the gods of like gods of wealth or whatever like that. And they're like, we can make you rich and we can make you famous. Well, really, they just throw money into our accounts. They throw thousands of dollars into our accounts, and then we're supposed to go buy their books that cost like $5,000 to $10,000, and then take pictures with the books, take pictures with that stupid filtered sun, and then promote it to you guys. So I could be promoting it to you. That way, they can hack into your camera roll and start sex trafficking your photos and stuff like that on the black web, and then also coming to your house with the drones and the droids and stuff like that, and then like taking pictures of you, recording you live streaming on the dark web and stuff like that. So it was like
This is
it
what
was a big
happened to
pyramid scheme.
me.
Hmm.
I started to have my first electroshock on my body in 2021 in Canada, Montreal,
Hmm.
and I started at the same time to have illegal surveillance. Like people around me, even in the building, employees, they started to have more information. Even in my family, more information that it should be. My own brother told me that he had more information that was coming to his minds. So they were able
Yeah.
to control a big groups of people around me, activation.
Hmm.
And so basically, I received 20, 30 message of sexy neighbor next to you. It's like if someone was warning me that they were surveilling me in my living room,
That's
in my
so.
apartment. So I was being filmed before the attacks. I was being monetized, filmed in my house.
Yeah, they start filming us because they can see through walls and stuff with those really high end beams or whatever in the satellite. I can't believe people don't even know about this. I was like,
So
hey,
they
it's
can
really
see
not
through
that.
the walls. Yeah,
Yeah, they
okay.
can see through the walls and
So
they can
that's
see
what
us. Yeah.
happened to me. Like the first time I've noticed, I was watching myself in my bathroom and I was like looking at the walls and I was like, what the fuck is happening? Like I felt like, like in the police station, like there's a transparent screen.
Uh huh.
I felt like there was people behind the screen watching me, like through my mirror. I was like, what the fuck is happening? Because I was looking at myself, my boobs, naked, and I would hear, whoa, she has nice boobs. I would start to hear
They're
like
disgusting. They're
so
disgusting.
so
Yeah.
at this point I was starting to hear what they were doing.
Yeah.
I would hear the complot and everything, and that's a little bit after like the electroshock started. I think once you notice the abuse that they do, once you're able to see what they do, they start targeting you. I think that's what,
Right.
because if you're asleep and you don't know what's happening and you stay asleep and you're not aware of nothing, then they just continue to monetize your body and monetize your life like it's a TV reality show. So I was trying to also, like Arlette said, there was panties disappearing. I was like
So
walking
awful.
into my sexy lingerie, taking pictures, and then I would hear people outside like saying like laughing and saying like, yeah, and your sexy lingerie, blue lingerie, and repeating words. I was like starting to have doubt. I was like, what the fuck is happening? Like,
Yeah,
am
that's
I
crazy
being
because
surveilled in my house?
yeah, yeah, yeah. So
And
that's
also,
crazy.
I have to finish. I was having sex with my ex at some point, and then his sister came to us and she talked about sexual stuff that we were doing that was private, just me and him, that no one could know. So that
Yeah.
she was also a gang stalker in that.
Yeah, they probably transmitted sound to her head or whatever.
Oh, they're able to do this? This is
Yeah,
how
they
they
can do
do
it to
it?
anybody. Yeah, they can just go hit them with the sound. Because basically, so that's another thing. So when you are, I realized too through this cult, like how I was supposed to be leading it.
Yeah.
They were like, hey, they're like, our police are watching you, Chelsea. They need to make sure that you can hear. So they'd be like, pick up that brush over there. They're like, they said, they're like, the police are watching you. Our police need to make sure that you can hear because you're going to be the president. So I didn't realize I was going to be the president of this whole little
So they need
gang
to what?
stalking
They
thing.
need to transmit something in your ear?
Yeah, they're like we need to make sure you can take order. You can take your orders that you know like how to do this. We're going to teach you how to run it. Well, I didn't realize that this was a whole black everybody talks about. So they are like the reason why you're getting nominated. They're like you're going to win the lottery. So in this cult, people win the lottery. They're like, but you're going to win the full lottery. They're like you're going to win the full lottery, and girl, the price was $1 billion, and they're like, but you're going to have to be the president. You're going to have to know how to like take orders. You're going to be a direct admin. They said that they're like, you're also, when girls come in and they complain of being shocked in their genitals and stuff like that, you're going to make sure that, it's not detected. Like when if they do get like a medical exam, it won't be picked up. They're going to they go into the psych ward. Girl, this story is so
Because what
long.
I've
Yeah.
noticed is that they're able to know if they know if I listen to them or not.
Right.
Do you know what I'm saying now?
Yeah, and it very well could have all been a scheme, like they say so much stuff, but basically, and how you say like they want you to
But
get
how
ready, and
can they
that's
do this 24/7? There's this
sometimes I
thing.
think there's a
I know they
timer.
rotate. They
Yeah. I think sometimes they put it on a timer, like they just have it like set on a setting and they just leave it on. But I do I feel so bad for everybody, but I think that it is detectable. Like I've been able to kind of pick up the voices on my phone. Have you ever tried recording them?
Okay. No. Well, it came up to my phone a few times. I could hear one of the girl that has been really behind this human trafficking that started, in my opinion, in Toronto. I think I was abducted in the airport in Toronto after meeting someone, and then I would perceive someone that it's a feminine energy that I would perceive for the first time as I was a waitress in Montreal in an Italian restaurant. I would
Mm-hmm.
hear the same girl for the first time around me. And I'm trying to make connection. I'm writing my book, A Little Girl Behind the Yellow Bus now. So I'm doing a chapter about the abduction that would have happened maybe in Toronto in the airport. So they're not just able to do physical kidnapping, they do also remote one like you're talking.
Right,
But what I
right.
want to know is, so they would give you sudden amounts of money in your bank account out of
Mhm.
nowhere.
Out of
And
nowhere.
did you ask for a specific amount or they would just give you whatever?
Nope. Basically they were just like saying you're gonna be famous, you're gonna be very rich, and they would just like every time I would get paid from my job, I worked at the hospital, they would just increase that amount. Like I say, like let's just say every 2 weeks my check was gonna be $3,000. Instead of it being $3,000, I'd wake up and I'd find like $10,000 in my account.
So this
You
is
know,
how it's like a money, instead of being a
laundering. Hmm.
sex prostitution, it's like a money
Yeah.
laundry, lottery, like what they get used people to have a big amount. And
Uh,
then, so they told you to lie as a nurse. What
uh,
did they tell you about this
Well,
part?
it wasn't that they told me to lie. It was just I knew where this was going. They're like, you're gonna be there. They just keep saying you're gonna be the president. We need you to patent this sun salutation thing that we have. We're retiring, so you need to you're gonna be the one taking it over.
So they said if there's a patient that comes to you, you have to
Hmm.
lie, basically.
Yeah, basically.
That
So
they don't
basically, they
have
were saying.
microchips.
Yeah. So basically they're like, like you're going to start selling the meditation program and like, let's just say I sold it to you, right? And you started feeling the electroshocks. Now I would make sure that I would log on the game. And when you go to the doctor, I would make sure either I'm targeting that doctor so that the doctor thinks you're just totally crazy and they don't do the test on you and they just send you to the psych ward. That way you can keep on getting targeted. Or I would sit there and mess with the machines. So like if they put the machines on your brain and on your body, it wouldn't detect it, that you're being shocked and stuff like that. And
Okay.
like, like medically just make
So
sure that this was
do you
undetected.
believe that there's a lot of nurses and doctors who are corrupted in the world and they lie?
I never in my life believed that. I never, ever, ever believed it.
And now,
I do believe now that they're getting more mind control and they don't realize it. Like they may have just had like a random thought. Like let's just say I go into the hospital. I'm like, hey, I'm in pain. I'm feeling electricity to my genitals. They may have a random thought like, hey, this girl's crazy. How is she feeling electricity to her genitals? Or what does it matter? Instead of actually acting like a patient advocate and caring and being compassionate and being like, yikes, there's somebody in
so they
pain.
can
Let's run a
have
test on them.
body position, basically. Okay.
Yeah, like let's okay, well let's just
Because for
treat her
me,
like any other person and run the test on her.
I also have
Yeah.
a friend of me that, because I have visions of the future, I have also vision that comes to me. I'm a psychic, I'm a spiritual person, and I have a friend who has been a doctor. He quit his position because he really noticed a lot of corruption on
Uh-huh.
how doctors accept big checks of money, big amounts of money, with models and everything all paid to lie about certain things or to close their eyes on certain things. Like, for example, he said that there was patient receiving medication that that will make them not sleep anymore for years.
Oh my God.
After receiving this medication, they were not able to sleep anymore. And he said that this medication was not even approved by Health Canada or anything like that. So
Mm.
it shows the corruption that even from you receiving amounts that comes in your bank account like this as a nurse,
Yeah.
and so you would have go along and just go along with the scenario that
Yeah.
they tell you in your mind, basically like answering their comments, like basically working for
Exactly.
them.
And
So
then yep. And then it's prostitution because then they can come and like, do the shocks to us and stuff like that. And then they're like, "Oh, but we're going to put $10,000 in your account next week or whatever." Like and so then that's the prostitution of it. Yeah.
okay, and so basically, how did it function to target the people? Like, how were you proceeding? Like, so basically, you target someone for one day, and then they pay you after.
No, no, I never targeted anybody. This is just what was done to me. And they didn't put massive amounts of money in my account all of the time. There's been like a couple times where it's like a large chunk, but it was just like telling me this is what the future is going to be. You're going to have like money always dumped into your account. You'll never be broke. But you have to, they're like, what they said is like, I have to curtsy
Torture.
and I have to I have to say that this isn't rape. And I have to say, do you know what Tantra is? Real quick before I get off of here. Do you know what
Yeah,
Tantra is?
yeah,
Well, I had to say that it was Tantra, the wireless, touchless orgasm and stuff like that. I'm like, no, this isn't Tantra. I was like, I didn't know the electronic rape or anything like that. I was like, this
yeah.
just feels
But
like
you
something
said
weird.
last week that
Yeah.
you were paid at some point, or you were on the verge to target people.
Yes, yes, yes. So I was going to win the lottery and they were going to start, or either
But
they're
you
like, we're
had to
going to,
target people for that.
yes, yes. And the same
So
thing, I had to cover it up.
how would you? Let's just finish with that. But how would you target people? How does it work?
How does it work? So
How do
what
you
would happen?
install the microchip on those people? You have to be in person for that.
Oh, you know what? That part I'm not all the way sure, but I can kind of guess that it would have to be with the drone because the droids that I've seen around my house are some of them are so small, and you have to think those microchips are like literally like dust. You can literally just take a droid and start sprinkling them on girls' pads and tampons and stuff like that. So you have your menstrual cycle. If I have a little droid in here, and I'm sprinkling
They
your
can come in
sanitary
your
products.
house basically,
Yeah,
and
the little
it's like a
droid.
nano dust.
Yeah, and you can put them up people's nose, and you can put them on
Okay.
on girls' sanitary pads and tampons. So when you put them inside of your vagina, they're there. And then if I have a droid outside of your house, I can connect it through Bluetooth. Because those nanobots self-assemble, and you just connect it through Bluetooth. You can put them in the ears, all kinds of stuff into our lungs. It's very, very, very disgusting. But basically, what I was going to be doing is I was going to be marketing those books that cost $5,000 to $10,000. I was going to be hacking your camera rolls and then telling you like, hey, try this product, try the sun salutation
And
and
then
stuff
after
like
you
that.
act the person. And then
Yeah.
you get paid for every people that you find.
Right. And then like the more people that started like buying the books or buying the programs, blinking the
You
sun,
get more
stuff like
money.
that, more money I get. And then they come and then they do the electroshock to your genitals first. And then I may get a turn to go and do it to you. Like I may be the one, like, let's just say like first they'll go and do it. They say they're taking your virginity and they get to go shock you and stuff like that. And then I get a
So
turn after
okay,
it.
now it's very interesting. So they call it taking the virginity of someone. When they
Uh-huh.
start attacking someone, it's like a new
Hmm.
virgin, like a man or a
Yeah.
girl.
Hmm.
Like the first time that they rape them with this technology, it's
Yeah.
like virgin people to them.
They called
Okay.
it, yeah, they're like, we want your virgin. We want your virgin.
Because it's this
It's so
it's the
disgusting.
first torture. So they get
Yeah.
pleasure to see how someone
Yeah,
reacts.
exactly. Hmm.
So
And
is
the
it
first
like a
torture,
Is
we
it
go crazy.
perversion? Is it like
Yeah.
a game pleasure for them because they have a lot of
Yes.
money? So now they have like a perversion to watch people being tortured like that. It's fun for
Yeah.
them basically.
Yeah, because now, like, when we first get it happening to us,
But
they're like,
how do they
literally, they're
make their
assaulting me
money?
right now. They do okay, and I only got
So
like literally 1 minute. I have to go.
is it like a black
It's
web system?
Bitcoin. It's Bitcoin, and I'll send you some stuff. But what they do is a lot of it comes through Bitcoin because it's not really man. I don't think it's like regulated like how we think. But basically, what we were taught to do, like what part of the program that they have is they have a trading program, a day trading program, and basically what they can do is they can take like you do Bitcoin or whatever like that, and they can like dump all this money into our
Oh my
account,
god, this is
and they
what they
say
do.
yeah, and they
Because
can
I
they tell you how to make a play, and they blink the little bars at you and stuff like that. The same way they blink the sun, they hack into your stuff and they're like, make this play, do right here, and they like can direct you on like how to play the Bitcoin or play the stock market, and then make sure that the money is sent to you. So it's a big scheme all the way around. It's a very big scheme. The Bitcoin is how
so
they
this
get
is
it.
what they've been doing up my head. So it's
Uh huh.
basically groups of people, criminals
Uh huh.
with a lot of bitcoins. Because this is what I was not understand. I was like, why
Yeah,
would
it's
be
Bitcoin.
why like criminals would make me feel inferior because I don't have big amounts. I'm just
Uh huh.
starting, and I'm still at the start of all of that.
Yeah.
Why they would laugh at the amounts of money that I have? And now you're giving me my answers. I'm sorry, I know you have to go
I
away.
have to go.
So
Yeah, I gotta
thank
go
you
take my
so
daughter
much
to daycare. I
for
love
all of
you.
this. And we're gonna be there next week for another podcast.
We will be here. We're
Uh,
going to be working out and everything. I got some more workout questions for you,
yeah,
girl.
you're helping so much people by becoming a whistleblower. So thank you for your information, Chelsea.
I love
I love
you.
you. Have a good
You're the
day. Bye bye.
best.
You too.
Bye.
I am Amelia, the survivor of electronic harassment, of satellite terrorism, of inhuman treatment.